Alright guys, welcome on board. This is Football Yarn, episode
66.
Alright. Leko has always been the one doing the reminder and everything. Guys, it's Football Yarn. My voice is so cold. I'm not feeling too good. I was having some kata over the night. Leko is not what you're thinking. Because I know you might be thinking. I know you might be having different thoughts.
I didn't even say anything.
Let me start from Leko because I know. Oh, let me start from Ola. Ola, so good to have you on board. It's Football Yarn. And I know you could. I know the weather too was quite like that at your own end as well.
Which kind of weather they catch now? Why is it only two of that weather they catch?
No easy.
2-0 weather.
Ola, so good to have you on board. You know why they started?
It's so cold outside.
Yeah, it's so good to be back here once again for episode 66. Wow. It wasn't easy last night, but we move.
We know.
Quadruple has turned to treble.
So
it still goes.
Yeah.
It still goes.
Yeah.
But it's really painful.
Yeah.
But we move. We still need to show up. We still need to be here. And it's football, exciting. That's why we love the game. Yeah, anything can happen.
Easy.
So I'm excited to be here.
You sure say you love that game.
Yeah, I love the game.
You don't blame yourself while you be football fan.
I need to laugh. Why you laugh out loud?
I have been that. Even though I actually wanted Arsenal to win. It's been a while. Honestly, I don't know about Lekon. Lekon, they always start with them. I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for myself. I actually wanted Arsenal to win, but Arsenal were served to us on a plate on a Sunday evening. Say it's a good way you start that kind of thing with your maybe start your week with that kind of food.
Yeah.
So the spirit brought Arsenal to us on a platter.
Yeah.
And you chop them.
And we chop them. Chop and rub.
Yeah.
Leko.
Man of many inspiration.
No, man of many words.
Many inspiration.
Because I know you've got many words.
Man of many inspiration. Professor of love. Doctorate in love. I've done it. I'm the one. You call me the ones. I don't collect time for Bordeaux now. Call me the special one.
You will play once in a month.
Really? You said it. I didn't done. That's all that you know. We said it and you done. I told you. Quadruple by the sound double.
Just a drop line.
Hold on. Yeah, good one for Man City. I told you guys. I did tap for Pep. And we said this, we discussed it on length. Actually discussed it on length. And we said it. And I'm happy. Yeah. Good one faster.
I don't want to move. I don't want to go faster.
Good one faster.
Before we're still coming to us now. Quickly, let's talk about what happened in the last 7 days, especially the ones that happened on the African soil.
Wow.
It has rained a whole lot of controversy. People are starting to say that it's no longer news about Morocco being declared. Ashraf Hakimi has come to say they want to win it, but that's not how they want to win it.
Yes.
And some has even come that if that is the case, then that means we should call back Ghana to come and play the semi-final against Uruguay when Luis Suarez used his hand. Or maybe we should call back Thierry Henry when he used his hand during 2010 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Ireland.
Yeah.
Plenty takes, lots to lossy. Left, right. Like that. Guys, quickly, I don't want us to dwell too much on this, but I just want to hear our 2% on it.
So I think it's just unbelievable what the CAF, whatever committee they call themselves, what they have declared Morocco winners, expecting Senegal to to bring back the trophy. It just doesn't make sense. And a match ends at the end of the 90 minutes or 120 minutes after penalty, and when the referee has declared the match has ended, I don't think there should be any other person refereeing or judging the winner of the match. So they have just said their own. I trust my people in Africa. Nobody can. For us, we have seen it all over that who is the winner of the CAF Nations Cup for 2025-2026, and the answer is
Senegal.
So I don't have any other thing to say.
All right. Anyway, it's reported that one of the people that headed that committee is in Nigeria.
It's our auntie.
I mean, I just want to hear your thoughts to this because
It is quite laughable that in 2026, after 2 months that the tournament wrapped up, we're having this conversation. If the referee actually didn't see that Senegal did anything wrong, to say, oh, let us award Morocco the 3 point or award them the title, then why do that after 2 months? It is quite a shame because there were so many discussions, so many controversies surrounding our dear CAF Nations Cup. People were talking about the competition being played when a club season is on.
Yeah, wow.
And you know, some clubs even said that I don't want to start calling names now. You know, they said that they didn't sign some players due to the fact that they play for African nations. You know, they said that they couldn't spend about £100 million on a player that will be off in December and January.
Yeah,
so, I mean, coming back, yeah, exactly, 6 weeks. Coming back to that after 2 months is quite a shame. And CAF they've not really found a way to correct this. And I'm very sure the Moroccans don't want to win this way. They don't want to win. You know, how do you want to tell your kids after 50 years old, we want the trophies due to the fact that CAF had to what's that word now? Go back to their decision. No, that's very bad. I don't think this is the right way to do it. I don't think so.
Iko, I mean, is this justified at all? I mean,
you know, CAF is a joke. You know, African football is a joke now because they give people like Karaga mouth to talk anyhow to us. Give people like I've heard many things about African Cup or African Cup of Nations, and you know I used to come out and defend it. But seeing this one now, I can't come out and defend it again because I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of being an African. You know, if you say this thing don't be my job, I don't go watch African football again. Because why go to watch African football? When we say, but the thing they are annoying, very very annoying. Okay, when you know said, yeah, they go forfeit the match, you go give Morocco this thing. Why you not stop? Why you was sanction the referee? Sanction him too.
They did the celebration.
Yeah, they did the celebration. They scored the goal. Okay, come and reverse the goal that they scored. That good. See that shootable this that Sadio Mane scored. Come and reverse it. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke, man. Embarrassing. See, this is pure power and influence. No, that's what they used. So you are telling me that some men in suits went to court and charged it and said it's not making sense.
Not done.
It's not making sense. I don't want to be heated today. I don't want to be heated, but when it comes to this, let's say it as it is. Don't want to say rubbish. I don't want to say anything. When it comes to this, but this is rubbish.
To add to what he said, no one is trying to encourage what the Senegalese did on pitch.
Yeah,
it is quite unprofessional.
I think we said it here.
Yeah, we said it quite a number of times. Yeah. But then they've been punished. They've been fined.
Yeah.
Even the coach has been suspended for some games.
Yeah, three games.
That's enough. I mean, that's the right way to go about it. Why reverse your decision? And the ref, I mean, if the ref is a representative of CAF, right?
Yeah.
And the ref didn't see that offense punishable by saying, okay, there has to be walkover 3-0 in favor of Morocco. Why reverse that decision now? Why go back to your decision?
It doesn't make sense.
This one don't turn yam, pepper, scatter. Yeah, I did tell you. You don't now because in the face of the whole world now, we don't turn joke. We don't turn something of mockery. Because after 2 months, so this case as they go now, if you reach 1 year, because this
keep appealing.
If they now CAF have gone to CAS, what's it called? The Senegalese national team has also gone to CAS.
Why?
So if CAS talks, okay, as it is now, we get so many cases on our hands.
The better be like
keep
postponing it now.
All right, guys, quickly, let's move away from that. Still on the word mockery.
Yeah.
I mean, I was listening to radio this morning. I've read headlines. Ola, before we got on studio, was telling me about how embarrassing it has been. The comments, he has seen online. Now let's talk about the Carabao Cup final. Arsenal, Man
Between
City.
who?
I mean,
Between who and who,
I
sir?
mean, Ola, let me pick it up from you first. You're an Arsenal faithful. How embarrassing is this loss? How much mockery has this loss bring?
So it's just so painful, really. Just so painful. The loss yesterday, and the reason why it's so painful is that it's just kind of confirmed what the opposition usually say about Arsenal, that we are butlers, we don't always show up when it really matters, and it's really painful. And I hope this narration can actually be changed. But I'm not optimistic, because I'm still in pain. I'm still in shock. I hope Arsenal could have done better, would have done better yesterday. I think it's an opportunity to debunk the opposition's idea of we are butlers, we don't show up in big games, and it's just so painful. I thought we could have done better, and it could have been better. Very, very painful.
Eli, were you at any point surprised? Did you add something different coming into the game, and you witnessed the match in the next 90 minutes, and it was not what you expected?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually expected more from Arsenal, considering the fact that their records against the big boys in the last 3-4 years has been, impressive. Going to that game and understanding that City just lost in the Champions League, and they were coming to that game with so much to show and so much to express, that they've won a lot in the past and they can still win a lot. And Arsenal obviously had the upper hand, considering the fact that they won their own Champions League game, and going to this game understanding that City have not been where they used to be, and this season could have been the year that Arsenal would show us a different side of them. But unfortunately for Arsenal, they showed us that they are still butlers.
So
Even
to
though I
say.
still think at the end of the day they win the league. I think this is just a blip. It happens. It's a cup game, and if two things are actually involved, if this doesn't weaken them, it's actually it's going to make them stronger. But I feel like
In history.
they will still win the league at the end of the day. It's just a blip.
So, Lekon.
This just add to what we have been saying, or what I have been saying. Let me personalize it with what I'm saying. I told you, people used to think I'm lying when I say Arsenal are Arsenal fans and Arsenal are the most traditional person, or the most traditional people on the planet. Everybody saw this coming. I saw this coming from a mile away. And it wasn't surprising. It was not a surprise. It was just something that surprised me. Was okay. Man City could have done that earlier. And Arsenal fans are here crying, and I don't know why they are crying, just ranting. I don't know, because obviously we know that when it matters the most, something happened to Arsenal. Either they get injury, or I don't know, something just happened to them. And yesterday, it was the same thing. When it matters the most, this guy has injury. Easy get injury. The Timber get injury when it matters the most. And yesterday, it wasn't a surprise, but I was shocked, because this man Ateta I don't think he has that mentality to be a winner. I watched the post in press conference when he was talking about Kepa, that he was thinking about fairness. What concern fairness when you fight for cup? What's the concern fairness? The mentality of a winner be that you start Kepa. See, to me personally, Ateta messed up everything as usually does. It messed up everything for me. Yesterday I was angry that why did you start Kepa? Why did you start Kepa? You are going to the big games like this with we go with your stronger team. You go with Raya now. Raya has been your this thing. Go with Raya. And all the substitutions.
So do you think him not starting Kepa contributed to?
Yeah, I think so, because that goal, I feel like Raya will have saved them from brushes, and what he has been doing since all this thing. Because Arsenal, I clueless team. It's only Raya that is saving them.
Ola, do you want to say anything concerning Ateta starting lineup and everything he did tactically towards the game, maybe it had contributed. I mean, if you're pushing a blame game towards this, are we tilting this to anyone?
Yeah, I think Arteta has to take responsibility for the loss yesterday. He selected the players that he thinks could win him the game yesterday, and at the end of the day, they couldn't win the game. I think I'm going to support what Lele said. You start your best team in a cup final. I don't care who has played from the round 4 to the semi-final. Final is a one-off. Is either yes or no. Is either there's no draw. Is either you win the cup or you lose the cup, and you have to go with your best team. Yeah, I understand that we have some injuries. Odegaard was absent. Eze got a knock against Bayern Leverkusen. Timber the same, and we have some some players are injured. Merino long term, but Raya is the first keeper, and he is miles ahead of Kepa. Yeah, Kepa is not a bad keeper, but this is a cup final. You need to use all your best player. So if Arsenal is not winning that league because he made a decision, and he think he starts Raya because it's a fair thing to do, I don't think he has the mentality to win anything for Arsenal Football Club.
Right, winning a trophy, it has always been about decision making. I mean, how come we're not talking about Pep Guardiola's kudos? What did he do right? I mean, concerning this game, because we've just been talking about how Arteta fumbled and how Arteta didn't do things right. Did Guardiola did anything special? How come we are not having any tactical praise for Pep Guardiola as regards this Carabao Cup final?
Yeah, it's no news that going into a final, Pep is always the favorite, considering his record in finals. He's won almost all the finals he's played in, lost a few. I think the reason why people are not really talking about Pep is because, going to that final for the first time in a long while, Pep was the underdog. And it's not something that happens every time.
Are you guys sure Arteta is aware about that?
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought Arteta choked.
He doesn't have that mentality.
He absolutely choked. He went to that final thinking, he could gamble.
It was penalty.
Because you don't go into, no matter how bad a Pep side is, you want to go into that final thinking you have to crush them, because you don't want to give them any breathing space. You don't want to give them any hope that they can come back in the game. And that's exactly what Arteta did. And what Pep did right was, he went to that final putting all his eggs in one basket. They don't have too many options. It's not like they have other trophies in sight apart from maybe the FA Cup. So they had to win the Carabao Cup, and he understands that because obviously he's won it the most times. So he's been there, done that. There's the experience. There is, he's got the players. I mean, it's a cup game, so it's just a one-off. So he's got experience. He's got the charisma, and he's won a lot as Pep. And that's the difference between Pep and Arteta. Arteta has not been there times, and Pep has been there, done that. So it was just about experience and how to prepare your players for that final. The Arsenal players, we saw two different type of the Arsenal team. In the first half, they looked like the team that was built to win that final, the team that was ready, the team that wanted to put everything at City. Choked. Arteta wasn't brave enough to go at City, and that is exactly what Pep did. You don't have too many chances like this in a final. It comes once in a while, and when it comes like that, you take it, and that's exactly what Pep did and what Arteta did not do.
Well, I would still like to stay on Ola because I know how much of pain this is. It was a game we saw Michael O'Reilly. I mean, O'Reilly, having the headlines, and we were talking about this. We were talking about the fact that this could have been an headline for Max Dorman. This has been an headline for Lewis Kelly. I mean, what is it about Arteta being beaten? Because some fans, some football, analysts, some football family has come to point out about that fact about Arteta. I mean, talking about his loyalty to some players, even when they're doing so well, and how much he still stays loyal to them, even when they are not doing too good.
Yeah, I think the thing is Arteta obsessed with control. People that have played with him and those that have watched him very well knows that Arteta always wants everything to be perfect. He wants to be in control. He wants to be in charge. Even the football that Arsenal plays is a total controlling football, so it doesn't really give opportunity to the players to really express themselves. We have a lot of players that have a lot of self-expressions, but when they come to Arsenal playing for Arteta, you see the expressions curtailed. We have players like Trossard, in Brighton. I know how much Trossard usually roam about, but in Arsenal, it's like you just have to defend, you don't have to do this. Eze is another one. Remember him putting the guy on the bench for some matches until Odegaard got injured and he started using him again. So he's obsessed with control, and somebody that's obsessed with control will find it very difficult to use young players, because young players are known to always lose control most of the time because they are young, so they still want to express themselves. So I actually fear for Max Dorman. I fear for him. If I was Arteta yesterday, that game yesterday was a game I could have put what's it called? I could have put Saka in the middle and allow Max Dorman to just express himself. He has the backing. He has a very good performance in the previous match in the bag that you could use. Just tell him, boy, go and do your work. And I think he would have done very well. Lewis Kelly, we have seen on the bench almost throughout this season. Lewis Kelly is a very good player. This the spot that O'Reilly is actually taking in the English national team now was for Lewis Kelly when he was playing for Arsenal. But we did not know what happened. Either brought in his controlling players in Capie and started benching Lewis Kelly, and we are not seeing the boy again.
I want to talk about the fact of the Capie as well.
Yeah.
In Capie, Ben White, their central backs.
Yeah.
I mean, how come? Same thing we're having with Timber as well. I mean, you play this guy. Why does he play these guys more like something out of position? Of course, a manager, dictates where the players play.
Yeah, definitely.
You play for the manager,
definitely,
if you want to be featured in the team. But do you think at some point this affect the team? And do you think this contributes to the players' injury when they finally get a knock as well?
Yeah, definitely. Just like I said, Arteta loves control, and he wants to make sure that the ball is always in that last 18 yard of his players, So what he does is that he buys these center backs, play them at fullback, knowing that they do not be able to really go forward that much with play. So if they are not going forward, they are not losing the ball in the final third, and everything is under control, which I think is not fair. And at the end of the day, he uses this player. He doesn't have the boldness to change the players. He uses these players. He has done the same thing with Timber. He does the same thing with Saka. He has done the same thing with Odegaard. He uses this player until they are knackered and they can't play anything again. And it's affecting the team at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, we have like 5 or 6 top players that were not either injured or not in form yesterday. And it shows. And it shows. So I think it's affecting the team. I think and I'm not sure Arteta is going to change.
All right.
And that's why I'm saying maybe
let's still stay on. I'm still on you. Let's stay on our what's it called? On our neighbors.
Okay.
The Spurs at White Hart Lane now. I mean, they were defeated 3-0 by Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And it seems as if they are swimming alongside the relegation waters. It's not looking good for these clubs in London. Chelsea were being knocked out by PSG.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tottenham and Tudor. It looks like a marriage.
It looks
like a marriage that shouldn't have happened.
It's a bad marriage.
Where do you see these guys? Relegation? Championship?
Yeah.
Or maybe they will escape this?
Yeah. 2 or 3 episodes ago, and I was mentioning that we should watch out for Tottenham. They might be really, really dragged into this relegation battle. And that's because they were not playing well. These people have won only 2 matches at home throughout the season. They have not even won any match in the Premier League this year at all. That's relegation stuff. There's no 2 way about it. That's relegation stuff. And at the end of the day, they sacked their manager, Thomas Frank, and brought in Ugo Tudor. That he has not done anything to the team. Instead of doing anything, he started criticizing the players, how bad the situation was. We knew how bad the situation was. You came here to change the situation, but he has not changed anything. So with their current level, yes, some of their players are coming back, but at the end of the day, they are still not playing well. And the worst part of it was that they were beaten by one of their relegation strugglers, Nottingham Forest, who is now 2 or 3 points, 2 point or 1 point ahead of them.
In
No.
the match we saw our own Nigeria international.
Yeah, that one only that have not scored for 3 years, came alive and scored a goal 3-0. You should, if you are not going to relegation, you shouldn't lose that match. The worst they should have played in that match is just a draw. But they lost the match, and I won't be surprised to see Tottenham playing championship football next season. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Bye bye to Tottenham.
That means, Ayo, this means we're not going to see any, what's it called? North London derby. I mean, if Tottenham finally gets
it will be quite sad. Not because I'm a big fan of sports, but because of how in the past what they've given us. The club the club that gave us Hurricane, that gave us Gareth Bale. They've given us some incredible players in the past, and I still think they have some few decent players. Yeah, but it will be quite sad to see Spurs. We used to talk about it at Big Six, but now Spurs have miraculously crept out of that conversation. So it is quite sad to see them in this situation. But I just hope that they find a way out of this situation. But if you want to go by how they've been playing and what their form says, it's a relegation form. And the only way you can get out of this is to knock out your competitors. Exactly. And that is what Spurs are not doing. You're fighting for survival, and the team you're fighting against just destroyed you in your own stadium 3-0. You don't deserve to be in the league. You deserve to be in championship, and I just hope they find a way out of this, but it's not looking good for Spurs.
Lekon, I know you are a hard critic of Igo Tudor. I mean, you're not this fan.
No,
you don't like this man planting.
No, I don't.
You don't even like this man bread.
It's not that I don't have anything against him. It's just analysis, and then something that we've seen. And I'm a seer. I see things from miles away. And I remember that I think that was 6 or 7 episodes ago. I remember when we were talking about, when we saw the news about Gosudo coming to Tottenham, and I was asking you guys what's the criteria of signing a manager, because I don't see the coalition with the, and I gave him grace. I said 3 months. It's like I will take my all back now. 1 month is mad. But what I would say is that I don't blame him, because I saw it coming, and he's set up for failure, as I always say. And Igo Tudor is not a good manager. He's not a good manager, because you can't tell me you're a good manager and you are in this thing for him.
I'm sorry to cut. During the course of the match, it was a devastating news for Igo Tudor, that because his father passed away.
Don't use your emotional this thing and bring. Let me say. Don't use them. I don't want to. His personal life does not concern me. Now I'm talking about football. I'm talking about what happened on the field. I don't want to use emotional. Man, emotional about. And what I'm saying is that this guy is not good. So when someone is not good, let's say he's not good. This man is not good. You can't play. You can't tell me that you play 5 games in the Premier League. You got 4 and you drew 1. And you're telling me you are a good coach. You don't do the coach she won here. I feel all the players, they don't play for him. They don't like him, because you can't come and just be criticizing us. See, you can't tell me that Tottenham have worst players. They're one of the best players in the Premier League. Tottenham have one of the best. They have Eriksen. Eriksen to come back. Richarlison. On it,
King.
Kudus. Kudus is injured though.
No.
Only Simons.
Sir. They're one of the best players in the Premier League, and you're telling me that because something happened. No, it's not. If you are saying the fact, let's say the fact. If you are coming here, let's come with the facts. This man is not good, and if care is not taking.
The fact that he lost is that yes or yes.
Yes, but I don't call lost that yet. These days that he has losing.
Maybe some other people.
Who did he lose? Did he lose his head?
What should be Tottenham's reaction to all these results?
To me personally, I feel like Tottenham caused their problem. Because sacking Thomas Frank, when you sacked him, okay, I understand that Thomas Frank was having.
Do you feel you were not patient enough?
Yeah, I feel like they're not patient enough. Because it's not like we know Tottenham where the Tottenham are. You know, we know Tottenham we're struggling, but I feel like they are not patient enough with Thomas Frank. This man bring another system. He brought in another system entirely. When you sack Thomas Frank, this one brought in another system. Okay. I love what Tottenham is. When they sacked their coach, they went to so that we'll fight for survivor. Can he go to the fight for survivor? No, he can't. He likes his own player. He likes. I don't know criteria. I've said it before. What is the criteria of signing your own manager?
Okay, so what should Tottenham do now? Should they sack this guy?
That's the case. They should sack him, because if they don't sack him, I forget. Say we go forget. Say Tottenham even come Premier League, because they will lose their players, lose some financial. They will lose financial DC, lose sponsorship, lose many things. It go really affect them. It go really break that team. It go really break that club entirely. So it's but what is best for them now is to sack him and just sack him and free that guy.
All right, away from England, they can still on you. Let's talk about the Madrid derby. You saw what happened. I mean,